Introducing the all-new Corolla.
Of the nearly 600 soldiers in the 1st Battalion 294th Infantry Regiment, nearly half are unemployed. Now that most of them are back from a nearly year-long deployment in Afghanistan, the focus is on getting them jobs or getting them trained for careers. Guam Community College is among the agencies that's assisting with this initiative. GCC's Keep Your Guard Up, as well as other agencies, will begin meeting with the soldiers tomorrow. GCC Director for Continuing Education and Workforce Development, Vic Rogers, explains.
We really want to emphasize the many services that they can avail themselves of, because it's not just coming to GCC. There's also those who want to open a business. So Gita is there, and Frank Chrysostomo and his team are there working with him. There are those who want to have their benefits transferred to their family members. Okay, there are those who say, I have to have a job right now. And for all of those, we have built-in contingencies so we can address each one of those.
The first wave of soldiers have already been briefed, he says.
The initial group that came in last week, which consisted of almost 280 soldiers, 164 of them decided that they wanted to get specialized training through GCC. We're surprised by the numbers, but not overwhelmed by the numbers.
But even at the outset, the number of unemployed soldiers is not exactly something to rejoice about. In fact, it came as a surprise initially, which is why, Rogers says, the employer support of the Guard and Reserve is taking careful steps to ensure it does not happen again in the future.
I think really seeing them leave kind of highlighted it for us, and I think everyone was a little bit taken aback because no one really knew the numbers until we started crunching them for these programs, and then we saw, I think it was 287 of the 600 are unemployed. And that really was an eye-opener, saying we've got to do better for our soldiers than this. And I think they're looking forward to making this something that's sustainable in the future, so that we don't ever become so top-heavy in terms of the numbers of unemployed in our Guard and in our various services that we have. But we're really committed to making sure that particular dynamic is not something that happens again.
Are there any concerns that there may not be enough jobs out there?
Of course, absolutely. Keep Your Guard Up initiative is giving soldiers opportunities. And it's opportunities that they didn't have before, by giving them skilled training to lead to a competitive position for a job opening. The big thing is they've got to take advantage of it.
Meanwhile, Guam National Guard spokesperson Major Josephine Blas is encouraging interested employers to attend a briefing at the ESGR office this Thursday to learn more about what to expect now that the soldiers are home and will be looking for jobs.
At these briefings, we usually talk about the federal law, the USERRA, Uniform Services Employments and Reemployment Rights Act, which we are still going to talk about. But because we have so many soldiers coming home and returning to work, one of the requests we've been getting is, what do I look for in case my employee soldiers having issues? So we have our Director of Psychological Health that's going to be doing a briefing on combat stress, PTSD. What kind of signs can you look for to see if maybe they're having some issues? And if they have issues, where do you go for help? So we're going to be talking about that at our briefing.